from the report are also alive. It speaks to their permanent place of abode at Guta Estate, which is just adjacent to the NET, military barracks within Nakuru County. It indicates that this accused person completed his secondary school education in the year 2010. He then joined the Kenya Polytechnic and completed his training in the year 2011, where he qualified by being conferred with a diploma in food production. The report says that thereafter, and again, this was critical for this court, he moved to Dubai, where he received training in tactical military at Dubai Police Academy and by a group known as Ogara Group, which he says that Ogara Group is a security firm with presence in Dubai, United Kingdom, and several European countries. And eventually, after that training, he was licensed to offer private security. The report indicates that at the time he was arrested, he was providing security in Kenya, mostly to persons in political sector, and he was at an advanced stage of registering his own security firm. Outside his training and daily work, the report indicates that he's a staunch Christian. He has sung, produced several music videos, and he was actively involved in church activities. It is further indicated that when this offense was committed, he was in a relationship with one Jacqueline Maribe, who was his co-accused, and they were planning to formalize their relationship. At the time of the offense, they were both residing at Royal Park Estate in Langata, and they had resided together for over 1 year. Medical condition, the report indicates that he suffers from asthma since childhood, and that is usually triggered by colds and dust, but is on medication. It is indicated that he has developed now problems, and that arose out of a gun incident, which we spoke to in the judgment and in this matter. But it said that the same is treated by painkillers, which gives him relief. On the offense, the report says that the accused person maintains his innocence and that he was shocked and depressed to be linked with the murder of the deceased. That he denies knowing the deceased, but acknowledges that he knows his brother. And it says that he grieves for the family of the deceased for losing her in a gruesome manner. The report indicates that he has good relationship with his family. The sister stood by him throughout the trial. They describe him, that is his family, and again this is important, as a social, overly generous, respectful to authority, committed Christian, and he believes in innocence, although he believes in his innocence, although he has painfully accepted the conviction. The family of the accused says that they have been stigmatized, faced a lot of stigmatization and financial drain in form of legal costs. That they're expressing empathy for the family of the deceased and pray that the perpetrators will be found. And finally, they pray for leniency in sentence. From the community point of view, the probation officer interviewed a senior chief of free area location Dr. Samuel Macharia, who described the accused person as being well-mannered, respectful, and was not a threat to the community. That the community is shocked by the charge that was preferred against him and subsequent conviction. That they vote for his good character, social standing, as they have known him to be a respectable youth committed to church activities. Bishop Shadrach Olo of Agape Sanctuary Church says that the accused person is a member of his church. He is steadfast in faith, relates well with fellow Christians, and at the time of his arrest, he was a choir master in the church. He pleaded for leniency. The investigating officer, Mr. Maxwell Otieno, is indicated in the report as having described the accused person as an extremely dangerous person, violent in nature, as demonstrated by the fact that he was involved in an assault case with one Rogers at Club 1824 when he was out on bond in this matter. And that the reason why the case did not go forward is because the complainant withdrew the complaint. And the investigating officer called for the maximum sentence provided for under the law. The community from where the victim hails from in Thika described the victim as a person who had a promising future. They were shocked at her death, and they called for a stringent sentence. The family of the victim. The family of the victim are reported in the pre-sentence report to have stated that following the demise of the victim, the death occasioned them monumental psychological impact, and they are still to cope with the said offense and death. And other than the father of the deceased who has received psychological counseling, none of the other family members have had the benefit of the same. It is indicated that at the time the probation officer was interviewing the mother of the victim, she broke down severally and wailed, forcing him to stop the interview to allow her to calm down. She is said to have indicated that she does not understand what would cause anyone to brutally murder her only daughter, who was her confidant and a very close friend. It is reported that following the death of the victim and the deceased, she suffered prolonged depression and consequently suffered stroke. According to her, the only appropriate sentence is death. The father of the deceased is reported to have indicated that the extensive media coverage impeded their emotional healing. The younger brother of the victim is reported to have ceased watching news, stopped trusting people, limits his movement, avoids going to public places, and only does online jobs. It is reported following the death of the deceased, as already indicated in the submissions of the victim, having been the managing director of the family business in South Sudan, The business collapsed. The family became drained financially, and they were not able to meet their day-to-day needs, as that was the main source of their income. In a nutshell, the family of the deceased hold the view that the maximum sentence provided for under the law should be pronounced, and they acknowledge that whatever the